thanks so much for coming. I can't believe people still stuck around to the end. So thanks for listening to me come and talk about gamification. So I'm the Partnerships Director at Reflect Digital. Full disclosure, I'm the people person. I'm not the tech person, okay? So I'm just going to give you sort of some information to inspire you and encourage you to maybe explore what gamification could do for your brand. If you want any further details, though, I'm going to put you in touch with somebody that knows a lot more than me to highlight, in fact, my lack of technical ability. Sweet. Here we go. So quickly, I'm going to rattle through it. I was really nervous before that just happened. Now I'm not so nervous. It's all right. Don't worry about it. We're all friends. No one left. Thank you very much. All right. So Reflect Digital, who I work for, is part of the Human First Collective. So who is the Human First Collective? We are 3 businesses that leverage technology and AI to create space for human brilliance. That's what we're all about. We are human first. We're all about the people and very much behaviour led. So understanding human behaviour and how that drives innovative solutions with remarkable impact. That's what we're all about. So the Human First Collective is made up of Reflect Digital. That's a performance marketing agency. Behavioural science is at the heart of what we do. We've got Lab, an innovation agency, which is behaviour-led thinking and human-first technology to drive growth for our clients. And then Aspiration Digital, this is our non-profit organisation, which we're all very passionate about. That's showing kids a path into digital that they might not have known about otherwise. Yeah, they might be playing the games, but who's making the games? And we're all about inspiring that. So if there's any of you that would be interested in being involved in part of that, please catch me after. Okay. So knowing your audience unleashes potential, and this is the key to gamification. A little bit about customer experience. So we love this image. This just sums up the beautiful design. I've got some people nodding there. The beautiful design, all the effort you put into, doesn't bloody matter because people are going to do what they want to do. And you never could have anticipated it before. Humans are funny things. So we're all about really doing that research piece before, looking at how customers behave, looking at what it is that's driving them, what psychological nudges are pushing them to make the decisions that they do. So here we go, just to sum it up. We use a blend of psychology and consumer neuroscience to get results. And we do that, we've got a unique persona model, monkey, lion, dog. So pretty much everybody can be summed up into one of these personas. You might resonate, put your hands up if you think you might be a monkey. You've got the desire to be aware, to be recognised, to be included and to make a difference. Your dominant values there would be status, recognition and purpose. Any monkeys amongst us? Oh, maybe a half monkey. We've got the lions. So that represents your customer's desire to be competent and to get our intentions met. Fearing not being good enough. You want to achieve, you want to be the master of something. Any lions? Little shy lions, ooh, me. And then we've got the dogs. So that's really led by feeling. You want to be connected. So that's about your friends, your feelings. And the values are affiliation and authenticity. Any dogs amongst us? Me. Apparently dogs make the best leaders. There we go. You heard it here first. So what's gamification? Has anyone heard of gamification? Anyone using gamification? A little bit of dabbling. Anyone interested in finding out more about gamification? Good, you're in the right place. So that's taking the elements of gameplay and applying them to your marketing strategy to attract, to engage, and to retain your audience. That is the aim of the game. See what I did there? So what gamification strategies do you admire? Are there any brands that you think are doing it really well at the moment? Anyone that you've been particularly excited by? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, Duolingo like nailing it as well, aren't they? Headspace, are they doing it well with their marketing?
Oh. I'm going to go, yeah.
I'm a little girl myself. There's nothing Waitrose about me. And I really get quite excited when they give me a scratch card that seems to know like what it is I purchased. It knows my purchase history. It definitely encourages me to buy. It's simple. It's not taxing me in any way, but I feel rewarded and I feel included and I feel like they know me, which is a great way of building brand loyalty. So the gamification elements, point scoring, having competitions with others. There are some elements of rules of play involved, and fun. I mean, it doesn't always have to be like rip-roaring fun, but it has to be entertaining. It can be in an educational way as well. So how do we gamify? We've got the game mechanics, the dynamics, and the rewards and incentives. So you want to get your customer involved. The game mechanics are the tools that are used to play the game. So that's the rules, and it highlights how the game ends and how you finish it. The dynamics, that's how you play the game. That's the feel of the game, the push of the game, the moment, what strategy you need to use to play the game. Is there any time pressures? And then the rewards and incentives. So that could be a payout in the end. It could be a voucher, money off. It could be a leaderboard, a scoreboard, something that's going to excite you and incentivize you to keep on playing. So we've talked about the personas. Our personas in gaming. So the monkey is pictures in your mind. So the monkey's thinking, who am I in the world? Where do I fit in? They'd want to feel the need that they were gaming the game. They want to feel alive. Monkeys respond really well to luck, to spontaneity, and to surprise. They'd also enjoy elements of secrecy and surprise to the game. Monkeys are disruptive and they want to be woken up. Whereas lions are driven by mastery and by a challenge. So they want to feel the need to improve. They want to be raising the bar and they want to master some sort of skill. Whereas dog is motivated by familiarity and repetition almost. They want to be connected to other people. They'd quite enjoy a routine of the game, so landing in your inbox with a different level every week, maybe something like that. They'd want to be able to connect with others because dogs are all about comfort and feelings and connection. So, what gamification strategy would be right for your brand? Where do you start? The key is you've got to make it authentic to your brand and to your brand voice. Look at what it is that you're trying to achieve. Why would you want to implement a gamification strategy? And where we'd advise you start is look at the small interactions that you're having along your customer journey. Look at those interactions and see, is there a possibility to gamify any of those, even to a small degree. It doesn't need to be naff or gimmicky, but the key is that it has got to be authentic and it's got to resonate with your brand and your brand voice. So what are your objectives? Is it that you want to gather data? Do you want to find out more about your customer base? Do you want to market a brand spanking new offer that's super exciting and do it with a big bang? Or is it about re-engaging past customers? Maybe you've got a database already and you want to re-engage them and get them excited in the brand again. So, is it customer acquisition? By engaging and rewarding customers through an interactive and enjoyable experience, you can acquire new customers, as their want to participate in your game will make them aware of your brand. So if it's helping you find new customers, you can be using it on your socials. You can also be using it in person. We've got a client of ours, Stonegate, which I'll talk about in the case studies, who used it in their venues on phones and digital screens. It's really important that you know your audience and you know who it is that you're targeting. In terms of customer engagement, how is it that you're going to motivate people? How are you going to motivate your customers? What are your customers' motivations and how can you best leverage them within gamification? Could it be a competition? Could it be an achievement that those customers achieve throughout the game playing? Is it about rewards? What is it that your customers most care about? Is it about collecting data? So is it the zero-party data? Or is it part of your CRM strategy? You can encourage your customers to share their data willingly or let you know what their preferences might be. So you can understand what it is that's driving them. And if you've got that, you can make their customer experience better and give them a more personalized experience at each interaction of their customer journey. So we know that data is key to a brand's success. It's how you then use that data to speak to your audience. What's going to drive them? Is it about saving their progress on a game and coming back to it at a later stage? Is it about sharing it with their friends? Is it about being on a prize draw? What information is going to be really useful to you to personalize the experience and really talk to your customers? Is it about the retention of customers and increased sales? So by encouraging your customer loyalty and increasing their engagement, you can keep them returning, you can keep them buying, you can keep them happy customers. Offering discounts and incentives through the gamification process could be a way of doing that. And it's also this bit. That's where we want to be, right? We want to hang on to the customers that we've got, and we want to increase the number of sales. By building those strong connections, you're keeping your customers engaged. You're keeping them from going somewhere else. You're getting them to engage with you at a time when they might not ordinarily. So it could be, that email with that cool game has landed in their inbox at a time when they'd forgotten that you existed, maybe. They might have just seen you pop up in their Insta feed. Making your customers feel something is key. So feeling is key to memory formation. It's really powerful. And by doing that, by creating memorable experiences for your customers through gamification, you're just creating more opportunity for your customers to come back to you. They're going to remember you. They're going to look forward to coming back. Get to know your audience. This is what is key. I've talked already about the brand and your brand voice. It must align with your brand values and fit in with the way that you already talk to your audience. Otherwise, it's just going to be jarring. It's going to have a negative effect, a negative impact. If something suddenly lands and they're like, "Oh my God, this doesn't sound like the brand that I know and love. What's happened to you?" Because you see it, don't you? We see it lots in our consumer experience brands. All of a sudden, try something new. So, reflecting with our customers, our clients, what we've advised is, don't do something mad and massive straight away. Start small. Do a little sample test. See how that goes. Get bigger. Learn, grow, test, refine. Look at your value proposition and allow whatever stage in the customer journey you've chosen to gamify to be enhanced, but it must be in a way that your customers recognise. We did something for HelloFresh, and they wanted to reward their loyal existing customers because, it's always for new customers, isn't it, where they do those mad offers. So we did a fill your plate game whereby, ingredients dropped and you had to collect the plate that was right for you, and when you managed that, you got into a prize draw. It fitted with their brand. It made sense, and customers really responded to it. So they had an 80% return rate of people that had opened that first email came back to them play the games in the further weeks, which is like amazing success. It doesn't need to be just frivolous and fun. It could be an educational piece. You could look to gamify maybe a web page that you've got with important information just to make it more interesting and to make sure that they actually take it in. Think about what learnings you could take online and what opportunities there might be within your businesses or for your clients to gamify. So, measuring impact and ROI. I've started talking about it. It's all about testing, learning, refining. See how your audience responds. Look at the segmentation of your audience. Maybe try with like a small sample and then measure the impact of that. How's that strategy working for you? Is it supercharging your business goals and objectives? What is it that you're measuring? Is it engagement? Is it an uplift in sales? Is it just the ability to segment your audience in a better way, a more cohesive way? Has your brand impacted on trends, maybe in socials? Feedback loops are really important. Making sure that you analyse user feedback and look at where the pain points are and optimise the gamified elements based on how your audience is responding to them. Social listening. So what are people saying about you online? Are they enjoying the game? Are they sharing it? Is it getting likes? Is there some chatter about it? And user research. So we are massive at Reflect on our user research. We always do the discovery piece. We tend to our clients to do a big user research piece before we take on our big projects. And you can do it in many ways. It could be interviews, surveys, focus groups. They're amazing opportunities for you to dig deeper and find out what you want to know about your audiences. So whatever you're creating in terms of gamification is truly customer centric. And then look at what you already know. Analyze your existing data. Look at how they're behaving. What are their needs? How are they navigating your website? How long are they spending on each page? And what can you decipher from that? Work out what the user journey looks like. Gamification should be enhancing, shouldn't be jarring. So here we've got some behavioural nudges within the gamification process. So as I said, with the human, everything we do is human-centric, it's human first, and it's supercharged by human psychology. So we use something called nudges, psychological nudges, and this is what might push people along to make decisions they might not otherwise be making. It's like the different way that you outline choice architecture. I actually have some packs of nudge cards that are really quite useful, just a little sample pack. So if any of you want any of them afterwards, hit me up. I've got a bag full of them. So in here, we've got the pre-commitment. If a user's committing to a goal ahead of time, they're more likely to achieve it. They're more likely to see it through. We've got rewards. So if you reward people, unsurprisingly, they're going to repeat that behaviour. They're going to come back and have another go because they want to win again. The social proof. So what is everyone else doing? Oh my goodness, everyone's playing it. Should I be playing it too? I'm in. And scarcity. This is the one that always gets me. It's the FOMO. It's like, hang on a minute, I'm missing out. I want in on that as well. And incentives. We want to win. We don't want to lose. So some examples of our client work. This is our HelloFresh. Filling our plate up. So we've done a lot of work for Stonegate Group. Do you know them? They've got a number of pubs and venues throughout the UK. And they've run a number of campaigns through us. What they wanted was more people in their pubs, and they wanted information on their customers. They wanted to improve how they were engaging with those customers, and they have really embraced gamification with tremendous results. There were games that the customers would use in the venue. They could play on their phones, or they had digital screens up. It was a case of scanning QR codes. And we've run loyalty programs which rewarded customers for coming back, or for buying more, or for referring friends. The games are really social and encourage customers to work together as well. So there was that real like dog element of getting people involved and being part of something. The games have had 700,000 plays, 120,000 registrations. So like, the impact can be absolutely huge if you get it right. We started collecting loads of data through the games, finding out more about their customers, who they were, what they liked, how they behaved. So this bank of data is just literally supercharging everything that Stonegate does, because now we can make each interaction more personalised. It's going to be more impactful every time you talk to your customers. We asked 150,000 unique questions to our customers, Stonegate's customers, and 46% opted in to give more data. They were in, they were part of it. They were like in the fold and willing to give data to make their experiences better. They're loyal customers. This is something that we ran in line with the Premiership. So as well, like try and time your games well, try and make them relevant so the audience responds with them as well. So it meant that Stonegate started talking to their customers in a much more personalised way. They could segment their audience more effectively. They discovered personas and could be much more targeted with their offers and campaigns and recommendations, so that they were really landing with a positive response. Again, building greater brand loyalty, because then their customers are more likely to open their emails because they know there's always a treat in there. How do they know? They're reading my mind. This Cracker game was a really clever way where we got third-party data. If you can imagine, it's a venue. So you book a table, you only get the lead booker's details. You don't get the rest of the party's details. So this Cracker game was something that we invented you had to go and find someone to pull the cracker with. You both had to give your data. So it was a really clever way of getting those other email addresses and finding out more about customers you wouldn't otherwise have been able to contact and stay in touch with. So it was all about increasing footfall, but it wasn't just that. We increased footfall and dwell time. Stonegate got rich customer data and insights. As a result of that, they were then able to enhance customer loyalty and satisfaction, and then got a positive return on investment. They just made more money because they were giving customers what they wanted. Something for Arsenal here. Arsenal wanted to supercharge fan engagement on their website, and they used quizzes and gamified content, which resulted in 2,000 unique clicks in just a couple of days, and a 41% increase on time that was spent on the website. People wanted to play. They wanted to be on the website. Brittany Ferry, this is quite a clever one. So Brittany Ferries wanted to communicate a change in pricing strategy to customers, to their existing database. It wasn't targeting new customers at all. In our discovery workshop, we realized that their main customer database wanted to be challenged. They were very lion. And so what we did was an Under the Sea campaign, which asked them questions about the English Channel. And they loved it. 6% of the database took the quiz, and a lovely little tasty bonus was that 2% of those then converted into sales. Again, talking to your audience, giving them what they want, getting them engaged. This was a game for Guinness. It was stick or twist of probable outcomes during the Six Nations. It was intuitive, it was engaging, it was relevant, and 13,000 unique questions were asked. And Guinness gained 3,000 extra insights on their customers. Another cracking one. And Southwestern, this was another interesting one. They wanted a marketing campaign to up their brand profile. They wanted to be out there, be more relevant, be more seen. And they also wanted to generate backlinks to help with their SEO. They had a really diverse audience. So in order to talk to them, we came up with 3 different games for them to use to make sure that the whole demographic of their database was covered. It was creative, it was engaging. What happened was that customers could store their progress and then come back to it later, which they did, and also share their progress with their friends, and kept coming back to play. Southwestern Railway, we could then use the game teasers in emails afterwards to make sure that customers kept coming back to their website. It had 2,100 plays. That was a really successful campaign. So to summarise, it's all about knowing your why, knowing your audience, and go ahead and gamify. There we go. Did it. Done it. Finished it. Woo.